Hi everyone, this is a yoga class for beginners mainly, so that means lots and lots of cueing. So come to a nice cross-legged position. Start to deepen your breathing. Take your gaze inwards. Try to limit distractions. You can cup your knees with your palms. Good. Feel both your sit bones grounded on the mat. And feel your spine lengthen as if someone is lifting you from the tip of the head. Good. Nice long spine. Stand tall. Good. We're going to take a spinal twist. So right palm is going to go on the left knee. Left fingertips are going to come back. As we inhale, we're going to find some length in the spine, stand tall. And as we exhale, we take the gaze back and we try to twist a little bit more. So we keep on doing this process. So every time we inhale, we try to lengthen. And every time we exhale, we twist a little bit more. So imagine a towel being rinsed out, that sort of feeling. So we're always twisting from the core. Deep breaths. Good. On your next inhale, gaze forward. And then slowly come to face the front. Good. Coming on to the other side. So left palm on top of the right knee. Right fingertips are going to come back. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to slowly gaze back and twist. Deep breaths here. Good. On the next inhale, gaze forward and then bring your body forward as well. Awesome. So we're going to inhale, bring the hands above the head. Interlace the finger, exhale. Bring the palms to face the ceiling or the sky. Try to bring the arms near your ears if possible. And then from here, lengthen. And we're gonna stay here, opening the shoulders and the chest. Deep breaths. Good. Try not arch the upper back. Try and keep a nice neutral spine. And last breath here. And slowly releasing the arms to the sides. Nice work. Okay, coming into kneeling. So right knee is going to remain on the mat. If your knee is a little bit sore, you can always speed bump the mat. And by that, I mean like in this sort of shape. So you have a bit more cushioning there. Or you can even place a cushion. Or you can tuck the toes under. So, like so. Yeah. Just so you can have a little bit more cushioning. Left leg is going to come out to the side. So I'm going to point the toes forward. I'm going to keep the heel down. Right fingertips are going to come to the side. So it's almost like a modification of the side plank. So then from here, I'm going to bring the right hip forward, stacking the left hip on top of the right. Inhale, bring the left arm up and over. Good. And then from here, see if maybe you can twist to gaze up towards the ceiling and try and bring the chest towards the ceiling as well. Opening the left side of the body. If the neck is sore here, you can always gaze down towards your right palm. Good, deep breaths. Nice work. And then from here, you can place the right fingertips a little bit forward and then see if you can lift the left foot off the mat. So just hovering a tiny bit. It doesn't have to be a great amount. So now the core is switched on. Nice. And then from here, come back to center. Nice work. Let's do it on the other side. So if you notice very quickly the differences between the two sides, maybe the left side feels a little bit more free. So let's go and even it out. So left fingertips on the mat. Left knee is down on the mat, and then the right foot with the toes facing slightly inwards. And then from here, try and bring the left hip forward a little bit. Inhale, bring the right arm up and over. You can gaze up or down. Good. Lengthening the right side of the body. Again, see if you can shine the heart towards the ceiling or the sky. Nice. And then try to bring the palm or the fingertips a little bit forward. And then lifting the right foot off the floor, just hovering a tiny bit. Switching the core on. It you might be a little bit shaky, and that's all right. Good. And slowly, when you're ready, come back to center. Awesome. So coming onto all fours. So then you want your fingers nice and wide. That's your base of support there for your wrist. Press down onto the knuckles, so not just the heel of the palm. And then you want your palms underneath your shoulders. Your knees, hips with distance underneath your hips. And then we're going to take a couple of rounds of cat-cows. So on your next inhale, we're going to arch the upper back, lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Gaze up. And exhale, we're going to round everything in. So press down on the palms and the knuckles and the fingers. Round the upper back. Inhale, arch everything, gaze up. This is your cow pose. Exhale and round everything in. This is your cat pose. Inhale and arch once again. And exhale and round once again. Good, and come back to neutral. Nice. Extending the right arm forward, left leg back. So finding a bit of a balance here. Deep breaths. So try and roll the left leg in a tiny bit. So the pinky toes are going to be facing the mat. So you're not splaying the hip out too wide. Good. And slowly release. When you're ready, other side. Left arm extends forward, right leg back. So this tabletop balance helps strengthen the core, the back muscles. Good, push away with the right palm. 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back to tabletop. Nice work. Okay, coming into our first downward facing dog. So for this one, keeping the palms where they are, extending one leg out, then the other, and we're coming into plank position. So if you want to hold plank for a little while, tuck the tailbone under. And then you want the feet hips width distance apart, pushing ourselves to downward facing dog. Okay, so usually if you're a beginner, your downward dog might not look like this. What I tend to see in classes is people being sort of here. So if this is you and you think, God, my hamstrings are too tight, it's really difficult for my arms to be in a downward dog, then what I suggest you do is come up to the tippy toes, bend the knees a little bit, push away with the arms. You want them to externally rotate, so you want the insides of the elbow to be facing forward. Okay, so then what I want to focus on here is relaxing the neck, shoulders away from the ear, and this connection between the stomach and the thigh. Okay, so once I'm here, then I can focus on lifting the hips up. So as you can see here, I'm in a V shape. And then from here, over time, when it gets easier, you can focus on placing the heels down. But until then, you can bend the knees and focus on that connection there. So join me here, take a couple more breaths. Come up to the tippy toes, bend the knees, look forward, and we're going to slowly walk it to the top of the mat. Good. Inhale, flat back, look forward. So for your flat back, you can come higher up if you need, or if you have the hamstring length, you can just bend a little bit here if you want and just keep a nice flat back here. And exhale, forward fold. Good, grab opposite elbows, ragdoll it here. You can hang from side to side. Releasing the upper body. If you want, you can bend the knees too. Good, releasing the arms. Slowly bending the knees. Push down on the feet and roll all the way up with the head coming up last. Roll the shoulders back. Nice. Coming into sun salutation. Inhale, bring the arms above the head, look up. And exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale all the way down. Bring the right foot back, then the left, coming into our plank. And then from here, exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, come to your baby cobra. So in your baby cobra, you want to be pressing down with the tops of the feet so the kneecaps are lifted. So that switches on the back of the leg and also the glute. Elbows come in. Inhale, shine the heart forward. And exhale, release. Tuck the toes under. Push back to your child's pose. Good. So releasing the hips on top of the heels. Forehead on the mat. Steady your breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back. Take your variation. Externally rotate the shoulders. Relax the head. Pulling the belly into the spine. Good. And from here, we're going to bend the knees towards the mat and bring the palms closer up. Nice work. Okay. So then from here, I'm going to face you. So left knee is going to come straight from the left hip. And then we're trying to stack the right knee on top of the right. So it might not happen now. So I'll show you different variations. So what you want to achieve is a shape kind of like this one. If your hips are too tight or doesn't feel very good, what I would suggest you do is have the right foot down and you can stay here. So you still should be feeling the, an external rotation of the right hip. So what we're going to do is take your variation. And then we're going to introduce the arms. So right knee is up. We're going to bring the left arm up. So we're trying to come to a clasp. So I'll show you the clasp from the back. So you want to come to this. Now, if this is quite hard, you can always work here, or you can work with the tricep stretch here. If you have a strap, you may want to use it, or a towel to try and hold on there. So it's up to you, okay? So let's sit up again. And then wherever you are, just make sure that both the sit bones are on the floor. When you're ready, introducing the arms. So right is going to come down. The left one is going to come up and over. And you're trying to clasp here. And then wherever you are, instead of sort of coming in, push back a little bit with the head. Nice long spine, deep breaths. Slowly release the arms. Nice. And then from here we're going to walk the fingertips forward, coming into a forward fold. So again, make sure that both the sit bones are on the floor and you can relax the head on top of your right knee or thigh if that's available. Slowly walk the palms close. Draw the knees in. Little balance. Good. See if maybe you can bring the feet to come from straight from the knee. And this is boat pose. So you want a nice open chest. You don't want to lean back too far. And that's quite hard. You can also hold here behind the knee, pulling yourself up. So take your variation. We're just gonna stay here for 5, 4, squeeze the knees in, 3, 2, and 1. Now right knee is going to come straight from the right hip. Same thing, doing it on the other side. Again, try to stack the left knee on top of the right knee. If not possible, you can always be here as well. So just you, both sit bones grounded, and now the right hand is going to come up, and you can either take a tricep stretch or you can try to clasp the hands behind you. So this side is easier for me, so you might find that in your own practice that one side might be quite different to the other. And then standing nice and tall here, taking a couple deep breaths, opening the shoulders, stretching the hips out. Good, slowly releasing the arms. That's quite intense in the shoulders. Okay, and now slowly walking the fingertips forward. Relax your body on top of that left thigh. Both sit bones down onto the mat. Forward fold here. Try to even out the in-breath and the out-breath. Good, slowly walk the palms closer in. Again, coming into boat pose, Navasana, drawing the knees in. See if you can find some balance. I'll show you it from the side. So again, you don't want to be sort of rounding there. Nice and tall. If you want, you can pull yourself in. Squeezing the feet close in and the thighs. Good. 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice work. It is quite hard. You probably are feeling it in your hip flexors as well. Okay, so bring the feet onto one side. We're going to come forward to all fours, like we did before. So taking 2 cat-cows here. Inhale and arch the back, come to your cow. And exhale, round, come to your cat. Inhale and arch. And exhale and round. And come back to neutral. Nice work. Meeting in downward facing dog, tuck the toes under, pushing the hips up and back. Good. So again, feel free to lift the hips. Lift the heels, make that connection with the stomach and the thigh. Okay. Perfect. Wherever you are, we're going to inhale, bring the right leg high and up. Exhale, bring it in between the palms. So if you come back on the left tippy toes, engage the core around the upper back. That gives you space to be able to place the right foot in between the palms. If we're still not there, what I would do is place the foot wherever I can, and then with my right hand, I can then bring it forward. And then from here, left knee will come down, coming into a low lunge. Inhaling, bring the arms above the head. So you want the ankle to come straight from the knee. And then you can either have the toes tucked or untucked. It's up to you completely. And then what we're going to do here is we're balancing here, scooping the tailbone under a little bit. So we're lifting from the right foot, stretching out the left quad and the hip flexors here. Inhale, bring the arms above the head. So here we're externally rotating the shoulders, so the pinkies are facing each other, the palms are facing each other, shoulders away from the ears. Deep breaths. Nice work. Framing the front foot with the palms. Now we're going to bring that right hip back. Good. So as you can see, the hips are coming back in line with that left knee. And then coming into half splits. So we're going to flex that foot towards us. Now, if you have blocks, you can use them here and find some height. If not, fingertips on the floor if you want. And then you want to take that right hip back a little bit, so you can also do that manually, the same way I'm doing it. Trying to keep a nice flat back. So imagine almost like you're arching the upper back a little bit, like we did in cow. Deep breaths here. You should be feeling that right hamstring. Good. Almost there. Amazing. Re-bend the right knee. Good. Frame that foot with the palms. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the left knee. Press down on the floor. Lift the hips up. That will give you space to then step the right foot back to meet in a downward facing dog again. Good stuff. Okay, other side. Inhale the left leg high and up behind you. Exhale, bring the knee in between the arms, the chest, sorry, and then the leg in between the arms. That's what I want to say. Perfect. Setting the right knee on the floor. The back toes can be tucked or untucked, up to you. Coming into our low lunge. So again, make sure that that knee comes straight from that ankle. Inhale the arms above the head. Tucking the tailbone under. Good. Deep breaths. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice work. Okay, moving into your half splits. So we're taking the fingertips down, straightening the front leg, flexing the toes towards you. Bring the left hip back. Inhale, find some length. And exhale, folding with a flat back. So again, think about that little arch with cow. Good. Lengthening that left hamstring. Good. And then re-bend the knee. Place the palms down. Push away. Lifting the right knee. And then meeting back in downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. You can pedal the feet out, so bending one knee and then the other if you want. And then find stillness when you're ready. Good. And then bring the knees down onto the mat, coming into kneeling. Perfect. So coming into a camel pose, so I'll scooch a little bit forward. So if you have knee sensitivity, again, feel free to put a towel, a slight cushion, or speed bump the mat if you need. So what I'll do, I'll come up, tuck the toes under to start with, and then I'm going to catch hold of the lower back and the waist. Fingertips are going to be down towards the bum. Squeeze the elbows in together so you're already opening up the chest. Neck in line with the spine. Moving into camel, so it's a back bend. So you're welcome to take it to wherever is more comfortable for you. So we're going to start with lifting the gaze up, puffing up the chest. Deep breath. You can let go of the neck if that feels alright. Squeeze the elbows in. Deep breaths. Push the hips forward a little bit. And slowly come up with the head coming up last. And just relax down. Release the arms. So that is our first camel. We're going to do another one and go in a little bit deeper. If that felt like it was intense already, just stay wherever you were. So take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale to sigh it out. Good. Oh, the other thing is remember to breathe, because I know when we find a difficult pose, and that tends to happen a lot with back bends, we tend to forget to breathe, or the breath becomes quite shallow and quick, okay? So really be mindful there of what's happening with your breathing. So coming up again, tucking the toes under, again placing the palms in the lower back, squeezing the shoulders in. Deep breath, lift the gaze, puff the hips up. Good, push the hips forward slightly. Activate the glutes a little bit, so tiny bit of a squeeze if that feels alright. You can release the head back if that feels okay. If not, you can still look forward. And then if this all feels fine, you can maybe release the one hand, see if you can reach the ankle, and then maybe the other. Deep, wherever you are. Last breath. Slowly tucking the chin in. One palm to catch the waist, then the other. Lift up and come down again to kneeling. Relax the palms forward. Take a moment here for the spine to straighten out. Catch your breath. Okay, so then from here, we're going to extend the legs forward. Good. So flexing the toes, coming into forward fold. So for this one, ideally you want to come down with the legs as straight as possible. If you think that that's quite hard, I would suggest to start off with bent knees. Try to make again the connection with the stomach and the thigh, and then catching hold of the toes here. And then I'm lifting away from the hips, having a nice flat back here. And then as this gets easier, I can then walk the heels forward and work there. If you have a strap, you can also use the strap as well. So take your forward fold, flex the toes towards you, stomach to thigh connection. Deep breaths. And slowly release. Good. So palms coming behind us, fingertips towards us. Bend the knees, place the feet down. And then from here, just taking the knees to one side and then the other. Just releasing the low back. Good. And back to center. And then from here, engage the core again, releasing the arms forward, slowly rolling vertebrae by vertebrae to release the back onto the mat. Nice. And then from here, extend the one leg out and then the other. And then we're going to take the final relaxation pose of Savasana. So for this one, you can have your palms facing upwards by your sides. You can widen the stance of your feet. You can make them as wide as your mat. Softly close the eyes. Start to deepen your breathing. Relax your toes, the feet. Relax the ankles, the legs. Relax the stomach, the chest, the arms. Relax the fingers, the neck, the jaw, the tongue, the space between the eyebrows. I suggest that you stay in Savasana for 5 to 10 minutes just to see all the benefits of the practice.